Welcome to the Lovecraft Tapes podcast. This is Case 12, Color of Lightning.
Lightning is like bluish, whitish.
I like to call it Garth Marenghi's Color of Lightning.
Yes.
I am Jeremy, your keeper of arcane lore, and we play Call of Cthulhu, as you might expect, a sci-fi horror role-playing game. Your investigators of the unknown are Gabe as Roy.
I really am tired of all these dreams.
Matt as Rocky.
Oh, not as tired of all these dreams as I am.
And Brian as Pippa.
2 more sales today. Should have been 3, but you can't win them all.
No, you're supposed to say I'm not as tired of dreams as Mick Fleetwood is.
Where's that voice coming from? What the hell is happening?
Mick Fleetwood
It's
is
just
never
Roy's
tired of dreams.
Facebook update.
I start spraying mace in circles. Everybody get out!
Into the ceiling fan, it just rains down on everybody.
There's nobody here is the problem. I'm just hearing voices.
Well, welcome back, everybody. How you guys doing tonight? Feeling
Pretty
good?
bad.
Oh, yeah. Are you feeling bad,
Peachy.
Brian? Why?
Yeah.
How come?
Well, just because, I'm kidding. I'm feeling good. And I ate bread, so.
He's having the after burrito blues.
Oh
Yes.
no, this could be messy.
I think it's the case.
That's why you always go for tacos. Tacos never disappoint.
It's
Well,
true.
it's
very
I-
hard.
Tacos is
It
a
is
better
very
deal.
hard to make a bad taco.
Hard.
I was not disappointed. This was a fantastic burrito.
Where'd you get it from?
We went to, how do you pronounce it, Matt?
Oh, there's a
Barrios or
a place in downtown Plymouth called Barrios Cocina y Tequileria.
What's the address?
11,
What's their phone number?
12.
12. All right.
Really good. Short menu.
Nice. Very good. Listeners, if you would like to provide feedback or praise or just say hi, drop us a letter from beyond on our website at lovecrafttapes.com. And guys, we do have one single letter from beyond today.
Please be a
Is
4-star.
it the letter F?
Yeah, I know. I wanted it to be a 4-star.
People are paying
0.
respect.
Give me a 0 star. I want to watch Matt get mad.
This is a review from John Scarcella via Apple Podcasts, who says, a podcast that happily challenges your sanity. 5 stars, guys. Sorry. I have really enjoyed the storyline and all the twists and turns the story has had to bring us to where we are now. I enjoy listening to a few Call of Cthulhu podcasts, but by far this is the most entertaining to me. Keep the fun coming and may Roy live in semi-sanity forever.
Lives with a semi forever.
Yeah. Ugh.
In that semi for a while, huh, Roy?
Roy's got a semi.
All I heard from this is that he's rooting against me to not replenish my sanity, so he's not really a fan of the show.
Yeah, what's up with that, man? But,
Because that's the most entertaining is why.
exactly. Exactly. All right, this show is brought to you in part by our generous fans and supporters on patreon.com/lovecrafttapes. So thanks, guys. I know we're on the cusp of our usual humongous thanks, so we'll get that probably done next week. So
Humongous what?
meantime, thank you. Thank you for
Semi.
all of the support. And yeah. Speaking of which, I've got the next episode, I think this is tape 5, is going to be released next Tuesday.
Oh.
And hopefully I'll get some
Beautiful.
get some of this stuff under control. Start pumping out more junk. So,
You're not allowed to take
more
vacation
content.
anymore.
I know. I totally.
Ever.
You are a slave to the content.
that
Yeah,
actually.
it was
Yeah.
his vacation that ruined it.
Yeah, yeah. That was actually the longest vacation I've taken in a long time. Jeez.
Oh, I bet.
So
My
Anyways.
vacation I'm currently on is 24 days long. so-
nice. That's longer than any that I've
Oh,
taken.
you were fired?
Nope.
Yeah, technically, I guess I'm on vacation, aren't I? I mean,
Yeah, true.
other than the podcast, I don't know. All right. Before we begin, we need to take a quick commercial break. So, guys, please roll some Sweet D. Ah, yeah. I got a 46. 12 for Gabe, 84 for Matt. And Brian got a 2, so it's Matt selling to Brian. That's a fun one.
Damn it. I wanted to sell to Matt.
Roll higher.
I'll trade you.
Oh, okay. There.
Oh, you were close. Try again.
No,
You'll get there
all
eventually.
right, sell me. Sell me, son.
So, yeah.
I don't need any.
Oh, okay. See you later.
And
I respect that. So you ever just sitting around your house and you have all this stuff that needs to be done and then you don't want to do it, you know what I'm saying?
Did you say shitting around my house?
So anyway, no one wants to do that. You know what? I can help you with that. I can help you with that.
Okay, you changed my diaper?
Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sell you, son.
You're gonna sell my son?
Yeah, I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take him from you.
Okay.
We're gonna put him through our special educational programs.
Yeah.
And when he comes back, he's gonna be there for you. He's gonna do everything you ask him, no questions. You want him to wash the dishes. You want him to mow the bathroom curtains. You want him to shave the lawn. Whatever, he'll do it. No questions asked.
Yes, please. How much is this thing?
Well, you see, it's you don't really pay for it with money. We just, in return, we're just gonna take your kid's soul and we're gonna use it for purposes. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's nothing that you need to, it's nothing that you need to, worry your little head about.
I'm not worried so much about his soul. I'm worried about you guys not getting one. Can you test and make sure he still has it?
I can't do this with gingers. It doesn't work.
No, he's not a ginger, but
okay.
He's an F up.
I'll tell you what, I have my kit right here. Why don't you show me where he's at, and we can test him and see if he has a soul.
Okay, we just have to go in the basement where I have him tied up.
Okay, why don't you lead the way, sir?
Alrighty. Oh, you know what? You start heading down. I just have to grab my keys.
All right, you just is it this door? This door right here?
Push.
Dum, 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 dum. Are you my daddy now?
We got one more, Ma.
My new toy.
And scene.
Okay.
That was fun.
I don't know what they were selling, but okay, that's cool.
Oh,
all right.
I know what they were selling.
They were selling diaper changes.
I was waiting
Sorry,
for
Matt,
Gabe to jump in as the mom.
Yeah.
Oh, you
I was gonna, but then someone said "and scene."
Who's Anne?
That was your name, Ann Scene.
Anne Scene.
Oh,
Mr. and Mrs. Scene.
That's why we need scripts. I mean, we don't have scripts.
Did you not get the script, Gabe? I mean, I'm
sorry,
looking
Matt.
at it
If
right
I
here.
railroaded you, I just had to go for it.
No, that's half the fun.
and we're
He
back.
sounds really mad at you.
He does. He's like, "Fuck you, fun." And we're back. What do you guys think of that product and or service?
Well, I was okay with it until that first step, and then probably by the 12th step, you're gonna be in some pain. So I don't know if I could do it.
I'm not a big fan. This is a very serious podcast, and I feel like that product didn't take itself seriously enough to meet our serious standards of seriousness.
I totally forgot that we've changed our format.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Shoot. At least we know that it's been like 3 weeks and you're still bitter.
Yeah, well, I liked it, so.
The voice of dissent. Well, that product and or service is just a bunch of monkey business in my book. And not the cool kind, like chimpanzees running a liquor store or orangutans performing oil changes for $9.95 plus tax, or simians dispensing medical marijuana at a head shop in downtown LA, or baboons working the night shift at an all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet in a casino, or gorillas teaching water aerobics to preschoolers, or lemurs milking goats on their upstate New York farmstead, or spider monkeys, putting in overtime at Costco, but secretly sneaking into the bulk cereal aisle to open family-sized boxes of Cocoa Puffs and shitting inside, grinning at each other as they bear down, faces contorted in effort, while Air Supply's Making Love Out of Nothing at All croons from the speakers mounted high overhead. God, I miss the 80s.
Me too. I need a cigarette. I'll be right back.
It's a good song.
Making
80s were a good time,
love.
weren't they? We had some fun in the 80s, didn't we, Gabe?
Yeah, I love the 80s. I miss
Oh,
them.
it was every day.
Well, if you're lucky, you'll get to see the 80s. But
Yeah.
probably not.
Yeah. You'll never
I don't expect to
experience
live
the
that long.
80s.
I mean, time travel is,
Nope.
It's a
thing.
thing.
Time travel is,
Come on. All right. Well, it's time for a quick refresher, guys. We're going to do a little bit of Call of Cthulhu 7th edition rule refresher. I just wanted to kind of
Okay.
go over a couple things.
What did we do wrong?
Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. But I was reading through the Keeper rule book, and I was like, hey, you know what?
And we did something wrong.
This is an interesting thing that I kind of forget sometimes. And
He did some wrong.
the first thing is, well, we tend to streamline rules in favor of story a lot of times, right? If you take a look at the cheat sheet for skill rolls, for
And
instance,
I never do.
then you'll see that it says making skill rolls requires stating a goal before rolling a dice. So obviously, you're like, I want to sneak up on this dude or whatever.
Yeah.
Then determine the difficulty level for the roll. That's something that we often skip because we kind of just say, oh, okay, Brian has a 55 stealth or whatever the heck it is, and roll, and that's good. And usually that's because we're not up against a really hard thing that's going to require a hard extreme roll. Or sometimes I just sort of spitball it and say, this is going to be really difficult, so you're going to need at least a hard in my head, or maybe I'll tell that to you, right?
You tell us after, usually.
Yeah, usually like, nope, sorry, you need an
Nope,
extreme
you're
on
not
that
good
one.
enough.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
oh,
That's
you
a
didn't know
success.
it, but
Oh, I'm so
Exactly.
sorry about that.
So if you look down below there, you'll see that it says regular difficulty, hard difficulty, and extreme difficulty. And the one thing that I sort of always forget is that there can be an opposing skill or characteristic. So, for instance, if you are trying to, let's say, sneak up, let's say Rocky is trying to sneak up on Madame Starbuck for whatever reason. And she has a 50 listen, right? So she might hear him sneak up on her. So that if it's below 50, it could be a standard thing. So he would just need to roll his stealth, and he's pretty good about that. If it's equal to or above 50, then it could be he'll need a hard success on that stealth roll.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That
So
makes sense.
so it's sort of the opposing thing, and it really kind of, and usually it's based on whether or not whichever has the higher success. So if there's let's say Madame Starbuck has a 50 in listen but a 60 in spot hidden, might be the spot hidden that takes precedent.
Right. So that's putting more pressure on you as the
A little bit.
keeper to monitor all of the characters.
Yeah, it's pretty. I kind of do that anyways, but I seldom apply. Or at least I have seldom applied the difficulty level, right?
Okay.
So I've always sort of gone, or had it roll in confrontation to it, and that seldom isn't the case. What the rules say is that it should almost always be the investigators, the players who are rolling dice, and not the NPCs.
Right.
So this is a
we'll
good
just
way.
keep it the same. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good way to ensure that that's happening. And it's vice versa, too. So if Madame Starbuck is sneaking up on Rocky, for instance,
Right.
she doesn't need to roll stealth, but he may need to roll versus her stealth. Hers is the opposing difficulty. He may
Right.
need to roll spot hidden or listen
Spy hidden.
to figure out that she's coming, right? So that's just an interesting thing. And if it's equal to or 90 above, then that is almost impossible. That's an extreme level
Right. You
to
have to get
to go against
perfect
that.
roll.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's change nothing. I think we've done
Yeah, I
everything
think that's
perfectly.
good. At least other people know what to do with their games.
Exactly. And what I thought the other thing was, and that this is primarily for anybody who's listening who may, be interested in this, but also to just keep in mind for us. The other thing is pushing the rules. Can the player justify it? And it says keeper may foreshadow consequence of failure. So, for instance, if let's say Rocky fails his stealth roll on Madame Starbuck and says,
What?
I want
Never.
to try to push it and do a second
Real to
roll.
the limit.
Then I can
He's
say,
mad.
okay, you can push it, but here's what's going to happen. You already know what you're going to try to do if you're succeeding, but here's what's going to happen if you fail. And then you roll. So it's a matter of sort of building the storyline.
But you're locking them in, right? If he says, I'm going to roll it, you're like, okay. But this is what could
No,
happen.
it's actually up to them. So obviously he knows what
So
the
he could back out of
chance of
that.
success is going to be and what the result of that is. But I can also say, well, if you fail that, then you're probably going to be detected and, the alarm's going to be raised all around camp or something along those lines.
Right.
So that is, yep. And Crossy, you're absolutely right. It gives us the option to keep the bad consequences for later. And sometimes I do that. So if they fail something spectacularly, then I do sort of put that in my back pocket because the result of not just a push roll, but any kind of failure, if it's a fumble particularly, that's kind of what I go for. Then I put that in the back pocket. So I think there was something that may have contributed to, I know there was something that contributed to something that happened to Roy in the last thing, and maybe even Jack's demise too. I can't remember. But
Jack's
say
dead?
that.
yeah, exactly. Okay, so that is that.
Zed's dead,
The other
baby.
thing is
Zed's
I want to
dead.
introduce you guys to a couple other, in relation to what I was talking about. On page 106 of the Keeper's rule book,
Nope, not
there
listening.
is something called striking the first blow surprise. And
Okay.
I know I talked with somebody about this earlier.
The first blow.
Yeah, and so if,
get it.
rather than initiating combat and putting the dex orders in right off the bat, that'll happen if it's a combat that everybody knows is happening, right? But let's say Rocky is sneaking up on Madame Starbuck grab a fire extinguisher
Oh.
and gonna bonk
smack
her on
like
the
water?
head. Yeah. Then, for instance, then we do
I might have to smack a bitch.
the same old opposing skill of perception versus the difficulty level, and vice versa. And if that happens, then he's going to get pretty much a automatic blow. And
Right.
it's almost secure. Like, so if he makes
Yeah.
that stealth roll, then he gets free attack.
He gets the free
Yeah.
attack. Nice.
So yeah, it's
free.
essentially a surprise round.
Which
And-
makes sense. I mean, you're getting the jump on somebody.
Exactly
you
right.
know?
And it's that particular thing is not an optional rule, but however, there is an optional rule that is also related. On page 125 of the Keeper's Rule Book, there is something called knockout blows, and this is if you do want to sneak up on somebody and just bonk them out. And that's Gabe demonstrated exactly what this is. In the rules they say it's inspired by a TV and movies where like someone comes along and just punches somebody and they're out, right?
Yeah.
So I think my whole thing with optional rules is not to get too bogged down with the rules, particularly if it's going to forfeit story or get in the way of the story. But I think
Or
this
stop
is
the
an
momentum.
interesting one that could potentially be useful. So you can basically you're performing a maneuver. So it's not a fight back, it's not a dodge, it's a maneuver with a blunt attack. And you do one hit point of damage to the person, and then they get knocked out. That's kind of it.
Okay.
So, yeah, I thought those were some interesting things that I
Yeah.
ran across that could be of use to you guys at some point. I don't know if it's this scenario.
He's giving
Wink,
us
wink.
hints.
Nudge,
No, not
wink.
at all. Not at all. But
So, you know what? When he says no, not at all, that means yes explicitly. This is
exactly.
very much something we should pay attention to because he's letting us know now.
Exactly. So let's see.
Take everything he says with 100% seriousness at all times.
Let's see if that pans out for you. Because now Dear investigators, we play Case 12, Tape 8.
I don't wanna.
Freaky Friday. Previously on the Lovecraft tapes. Thursday brings bad tidings to Arkham, as news of a sudden disappearance causes our heroes uneasy angst. Officer Tina Quinlan cannot be found after responding to a disturbance of the peace in the wee hours out near the fairgrounds.
We.
Ken Roy does his level best to assist Bugsy Jr. in the search, though the corporal blocks his every attempt. Pippa keeps busy, showing properties around the city, determined to overthrow the realty dominance of her nemesis, Jane Russa. Keeping quietly to himself, Rocky recovers from the disastrous dinner in Madame Starbuck's tent and tries to focus on his tech problems in the sub-basement of Blaine Manor. As the day winds down, fitful sleep descends to bring with it what dreams may come until Friday dawns gray and overcast.
It's so dreary.
Rocky.
The name don't wear it out.
You awaken to the dull, grinding sound of a hard drive thrashing as it attempts to restore portions of a corrupted sector. With an appraising glance, you check the video reconstruction software and are pleased to find it is nearing completion of the first phase. Perhaps, in a day or two, it will finish, and you'll finally have access to the information Charles Blaine so desperately wanted to convey to his daughter. Now, however, you realize you stink something fierce. Probably that dinner gone wrong at Madame Starbuck's, oozing out of your pores, though underneath the flop sweat, do you detect the faint odor of cotton candy? No, that's not likely. You haven't partaken of that pink gossamer since you were barely out of diapers. Grunting, you get up from the console and make your way upstairs in the pre-dawn dimness. Roy is snoring in one of the adjacent bedroom suites, clearly sleeping off another bender. You take your time in the shower, scrubbing in all the hard-to-reach places, intent on erasing any hint of fluffy, cloud-like sweets that may still linger on your skin. Satisfied, you towel off, put on fresh duds, then go downstairs to brew coffee. Roy.
Brew it.
With a start, you launch out of a deep sleep, certain you heard someone call your name. After a moment, however, you realize you just startled yourself awake with a particularly loud snore. You stretch your arms overhead and yawn, trying to ignore the stale taste of beer on the back of your tongue. The sound of running water tells you Rocky is probably rubbing one out in the shower. Old habits die hard. Come to think of it, though, you could use a quick rinse off, too. Reluctantly, you emerge from the warm cocoon of blankets and shamble toward the bathroom you've christened number 2. There are a total of 6 full baths in the manor, but you've claimed number 2 as your own. You actually use a half bath downstairs for literal number 2, and you realize that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but what are numbers anyway? After going number 1, in the shower, of course, you get dressed, then head to the kitchen where you can already smell coffee percolating. Pippa. Thankfully, it's looking like today is going to be a lot less chaotic for Arkham Realty. You've only got one big showing just before lunch at that lovely 2-bedroom cottage out near where the urban sprawl begins to transform into pastoral farmland on First Street. Afterward, you plan to catch up on paperwork at the office. That leaves plenty of time tonight for the Twilight Sideshow premiere. This morning, however, you feel like dropping in on Rocky and Roy at Blaine Manor. Surely they can't say no to freshly made bear claws from the bakery downtown. Also, you're very curious what they think about all the evidence you've gathered these past few days. Your brain has been trying to connect all the odd occurrences to the physical anomalies, and my gosh, if you didn't know any better, you'd say all this investigator business is starting to rub off on you. Vaguely, you wonder if Rocky and Roy would ever consider a third wheel. After all, as you know, it takes teamwork to make the dream work. As expected, you find the two men in the kitchen looking tired and sullen over steaming mugs of coffee.
Glad you said coffee.
Hot, steaming mug.
Good morning, boys. How we doing today? That good, huh? Wah, wah.
Is today Friday?
Today is an audio podcast.
I'm asking the keeper.
The keeper, yes, it is Friday.
Okay, good. That's what I thought. It's hard to keep track of time.
As I just mentioned 2 minutes ago, it was Friday.
Yeah, well, maybe you should have mentioned it louder.
He was in the shower.
Sorry, didn't get a whole lot of restful sleep last night. Strange dreams and whatnot.
OMG. I had very strange dreams. That's why I rushed over. I have to tell you guys. Look what I brought. The bakery's opened up. They're back open.
Really? The bakery is... Oh.
Yep.
It's lovely. Thank you very much.
Get anything related to bread at the bakery.
I'm reach in and grab a donut and start eating it while I'm sipping my coffee.
What kind of donut?
Yes, Matthew.
I go for the glazed because you can't go wrong with a classic.
Well,
Oh, glazed. Glazed.
All right.
I got good sleep, but I only got like 7.5 hours, so I'm basically gonna be useless today.
I wish I could get 7.5 hours.
Oh, I'm glad you said hours.
I said it twice so everybody could hear that. Bear claws, bear claws. So, I guess I could start since you guys aren't really awake.
Yeah, that's kind of...
I had the most bizarre dream I think I've ever had.
And as soon as you say that, Pippa, something catches your eye.
Ah! It's a fish hook.
Through one of the hallway doors, you see something scuttle along the floor, some shadow.
Did you guys get a cat? Something's down that hallway, guys. You can't have pets in here.
It's a surprise for you.
Well, you're going to have to put it out. Roy, please go get it and put it out.
It's not mine.
No, Mom.
Yes,
my
but
cat.
you're
I'll
quicker. Your reflexes are much quicker than mine.
Well, I can't argue with that.
Thank you. I'll save you a bear claw.
One.
Singular sensation.
Welcome to Lovecraft Tapes, the musical.
We're slowly cranking up.
And I'll go down the hallway.
So you look out the hallway and you don't see anything.
It went into that room from one side, straight across, a shadow went right into that room.
And I'll go into that room.
And you look around, you don't see anything out of the ordinary.
I'll come out. You're going crazy.
Hey, I saw it. If you guys say you don't have animals, then we might have an infestation problem.
Well, I know a guy.
All right.
I'll get him in here.
Huh?
He'll fumigate it all out.
Well, all right.
Crop dust it.
Well, Oh. Well, anyway, what I was saying is I had the most lucid dream I think I've ever had.
Wow.
It's
Go on. What do you want me to like applaud you?
no. I'm. It was about Starbucks
This is
coffee.
this is why
It
I
was
don't like dealing
the
with
best
people.
coffee I've ever had.
And you guys, all three of you hear a squeaking coming from
Oh, left cheek sneak.
somewhere behind you.
I am faster than they can even react to the sound. As soon as I hear it, I'm up onto the countertop.
Hey,
And
you
I'm
know
like,
you're
I told you,
damaging.
I told you I saw something. Go get it. Whatever it is, get it out of here.
It
You know
sounded
you're damaging the property value.
Pippa, it sounded like it was in the same room as you.
That's why I'm on the counter, bruh.
Huh?
Oh, will you relax?
Your turn, Rocky.
You relax.
Probably. It's a rat or a mouse. It's
Then
not
go
going to
get
hurt
it,
you. It's
Mr.
more scared
Relax.
of you than you are of it.
I went
I'm
after the
thinking
fantasy
so much.
last time.
If it worries you so much, I'll make a trip down to the hardware store and pick up some traps later.
It's in the room with us right now, folks.
Probably not anymore. You
Wake
probably
up,
scared
kids,
it off
the
with your
coffee's kicking in.
Squeal.
We're not awake. You're just a scaredy pants.
Yeah, I hate rats. Sorry.
Sucks. Ooh, that sucks. I don't care.
pointing that out and teasing me about it really helps get rid of the problem. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it seems to be because it's
So
funny.
you were saying
So
something
the problem
about a
isn't the
dream.
rat in the kitchen. The problem is the
Psycho
person
on
on
the
the counter
countertop.
that's scared of the rat in the kitchen.
Yes.
Got it. So
Well,
go
and
to the
there's
hardware
two-
store and get a trap for Pippa. It's in aisle 3. They
So
actually
you were
sell them.
saying something about your dream.
So we're just gonna gloss right over the rat.
And
looks
Rocky's
like
looking
you're
up at
finding
you.
Later.
I'm gonna look around and see if I can see it.
Go ahead and give me a spot hidden.
And there's like, so my dream.
a rat. Who cares?
Yeah, it's a rat.
Oh, it is? Let's see. Phobias and manias. Huh.
That sucks for you. You can
It
freak out.
does. Alexis,
I
help me
can't
out
see
here.
your character sheet.
No, but maybe by my reactions, possibly.
We don't know you that well. You seem to freak out over everything.
Okay, so I needed a 30. I rolled a 58.
So you don't
this will
see
be
it.
My
That's
last
good.
episode.
So Pippa's head is like whipping back and forth, her eyes darting to every corner. It's, this is a gray Friday. There is no sun, so the shadows are just seem to be deepened at the corners of the room. And one moment you think it's there behind the stove. No, it's behind that door that's partially open. No, it's crawling up Rocky's pant leg.
Rocky, it's on your pant leg.
There's nothing in
Jesus
my
Christ.
pant leg. I'm gonna sit there and like shake both of my. There's nothing there.
Well, I could have told you that.
So what about this dream?
Jesus Christ.
No, Gabe, it's like this. It's like this, Gabe. What about that dream? She's still on the counter.
I told her she's damaging the property value. She didn't listen.
Well, she's not a realtor. She's a realtor.
Yeah, duh.
There's a difference.
She's a relator.
Skeletor was my great grandpa. This might be the work of the person I had the dream about, guys. And I'm not
Who was
getting off
that?
that counter. Like I said before, right before I screamed, Starbuck.
Oh.
She was in my dream.
And
she
that's
told me-
when you see something loathsome creep grinning from underneath the table with a bear claw in its mouth.
Rocky, get out from under the table.
And of course, Pippa's the one who sees this
prove that there's nothing there.
currently, because the other two are looking up at you and trying to talk to you. But you see it stealthily creep out from underneath the table. I'm going to go ahead and share that with you.
I'm going to go ahead and use that new rule I talked about.
Are you going to take
knockout
off
blow
your
on us?
Keep it unconscious.
And I'll go ahead and show this to everyone. Why not? There you go.
Oh,
thing.
beautiful.
Rat thing.
Oh, can we keep it?
I like that the zoom in
Please, I'll
makes the
take care of
picture
it.
smaller.
It's not
I
even
think
a real rat.
It was small to
Rick.
begin with, yeah. Exactly.
It's not
That's
even a real
cool.
rat, so it shouldn't.
So-
Your phobias don't matter.
Pippa,
my Uncle Marvin.
you see this thing grinning at you. It appears to have, it's a rat, a monstrous-sized rat thing,
ROUSs.
which has a vaguely human face. And
Looks somewhat like Tom Selleck.
it actually looks somewhat
Like
your father's face.
No.
I'm going to need you to roll for sanity, please.
Dad is fugly.
but the ROUSs don't exist.
Oh, I needed an 88. I rolled a 51. That's a success.
No, Gabe's right. There's no such thing as an ROUS.
So
It's
this, basically it says if the rat thing, to see a rat thing, well, we'll get to this in a minute. But anyways, you're going to take 1 sanity damage, please.
Okay.
You were supposed to tell him before he rolled what he needed to get according to your
that
new
means I get
rules.
2
That's
back.
incorrect. If you had listened to what I actually said,
What?
that's when you push the
Your
roll.
mistake was thinking that Gabe was listening.
Yeah, I know. I know.
It's a good one,
Approximately
Jeremy.
listened.
It's a good one.
Listening
I
ish.
approximately listen.
So,
Approximately.
Pippa, you see this thing,
Yep.
and it looks a bit like your father, but much more distorted. And as this realization hits the forefront of your brain, you feel this hot, sweaty flash come over you. And the thing almost grins in reaction to your reaction. It drops the bear claw from its mouth and grins wider. Human teeth appear in its mouth. And we're going to have to figure out what your involuntary reaction is up there on the counter. What do you think?
Off the
Climbs on top of
counter
the
and tell us the
cabinets.
story. To tell us her dream.
Up to it because I'm the character. I'm going to reel back because I'm on
Where?
the island, right? That's I'm
You're not
envisioning
sure.
that I'm up on the island. Matt's on one side.
Sure.
Or Roy and Rocky.
Roy is sitting on the kitchen couch. I'm at the table.
No, because
On the kitchen couch.
He's looking up
Yeah.
at me.
You remember the kitchen couch that you sat on, eating a whole jar of Nutella that one day I was making crepes.
It was good.
So, anyways, Pippa, go ahead.
So I'm going to scramble backwards, falling backwards onto my back onto the floor of the kitchen. And then right up, I skitter right up on the other counter on the opposite side where the sink and everything is at.
Okay. All right. Okay, yeah, so we'll get you, the falling part is the thing. And
Yep.
then you're going to be scrambling towards where the sink is. We'll leave you there. Okay, so...
Break the faucet.
So Rocky and Roy, you guys see her react very strongly to something that only she can see, and I'm trying to get this logistically in my head
Okay.
because I sort of had you at a counter, not the island, but that's fine. So we'll put you. Okay, so yeah, we'll say you guys are at either end of the island, right, across from each other, staring at each other with coffee mugs. She got up on the island and was looking basically this way. So, and of course, you see that she reacts to something on the floor that only she can see from her perch. So you guys both sort of lean over, and Rocky goes, "What's the line? You gotta be fucking kidding."
Oh,
Say it,
you've
Matt.
got to be fucking kidding me.
Yes.
And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and let's do some fighting. What do you say, guys?
Woohoo!
I don't kill animals unless it's funny.
Well, the funny part is to Roy, this thing seems to have Rabe's face,
Oh, hooray.
and to Rocky, this thing seems to have
Just makes him angrier.
Detox's face. So I will need each of you to roll sanity, please.
It's not fair. It's not our thing.
I know. I know.
I needed a 62. I rolled a 60. That's a success.
I needed a 60. I got 74. Surprise, some motherfucking prize. I failed a sanity roll.
All right, Rocky,
was
you will
awesome.
take 1 point of sanity damage. And as a reminder, what we talked about last time, guys, was to make sure that your the rightmost sanity is where it should be. So, for instance, we said Roy is 60. I changed that for you, Roy. And Rocky, 60. You just took your 1, didn't you? So 62.
Yeah, I was at
and 1.
62,
Got
so
it.
I dropped it to 61.
Awesome. And Pippa,
Yeah,
you took your. Did you take 1 or 2?
I took 1.
Okay, so you would have been 88 then.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, so that is corrected.
8d8, you said.
Yes. So Rocky, go ahead and determine what your involuntary reaction to seeing Detox's face on this rat thing is.
Can be a moment of just kind of like coffee mug half raised to mouth, wide eyes staring before I just involuntarily chuck it forward at the thing without even thinking about it.
Nice. I like it better if your coffee cup halfway up, and then you just slowly pour it into your own lap. No
Okay, we
reaction.
can go with that.
No reaction. Just like, what the? And of course, saying your catchphrase. That's awesome. All right. And then, Roy, unfortunately, you are, because of recent events, you are even more unhappy to see Rabe's face on this rat thing. And so, we're going to see here because something might be happening. Okay, so you're currently at 60. Your threshold's at 60. Go ahead and roll me a D8, please.
I was at 61. And then I took it away and because I didn't know how much I was going to take. I got an 8.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Oh,
So you're saying
that's
your
no
threshold
bueno.
was 61?
The right most was
Was
63.
61, and it was...
And I had a 61 in the middle.
Okay, so you had a 61. So 61's where you should have been on the right most. That's what we should have gotten to it. So you're saying you deleted 1 just now before we rolled, right?
Right.
Got it. So
Yeah.
you're going to lose 8 off of your
Awesome.
61. So that is we're gonna
53, 55, 50.
math. No.
6, 2, 3, 5.
53, I was
8.
right.
Okay, go ahead and plug that in there
53,
for me.
4,
Nice.
5.
Multiply by 3.
Yeah. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and look at our cheat sheets. And we know that if you lose 5 or more in one roll, I'm going to need you to do an intelligence roll.
Oh boy.
Giga brain, so
Give us that big brain energy, Roy.
I failed it.
Okay, so if you
Roll
roll
50 out of 65.
if you roll over
No
your
big
intelligence, that means you repress the memory and nothing happens.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
you lucky son of a bitch.
Okay. So, and let me double check your. Yep. So
The Arroyo way.
48 is your
Pretend it didn't happen.
20% threshold, so you're okay there. So we don't need to do a bout of madness. However, we're going to say that essentially you just turn away from the thing and it doesn't exist to you.
Oh, I like that.
You don't even
Roy,
see it anymore.
Just like Rabe.
Yeah.
Yep. So you're kind of like looking at Rocky pouring the coffee in his lap and looking over at Pippa, who is crawling on the floor trying to get up onto to pull herself upright onto the sink counter.
Yes.
And this thing scurries under the island or around the island. Rocky loses sight of it. And it's crawling straight for Pippa and latches onto her leg.
What?
Uh-huh. So we're into next round.
So,
And let's do our dexterities, please.
excuse
What
me.
you get for being
60.
afraid of it.
60 for
80.
Rocky, 80 for Roy,
65.
but it's not really going to matter to Roy because
Yeah, he's
it
out of
won't
it.
really exist for you until let's
Round 10.
say that there's damage taken, right? So that
Okay.
might rattle you out of it. I think that's fair enough.
No, but shouldn't it not attack me with the whole "it's more afraid of me than I am of it" thing?
Well, there was somebody who initiated this, and there is somebody who deserves it a bit more than you do. Pippa, what's your dex?
65.
So this thing has a 90.
How did you
And
get to 65?
Convenient. Yeah. How did you get to 65?
I don't know.
Pippa's quick. Quick as
So we're
small
not
and
supposed
quick.
to, we don't usually have fives.
quick as she comes. So this thing is going to basically jump onto your back leg
Okay.
and that's additional 3.7 turn. Okay, right there. And it burrows its head into your calf.
Oh, great.
So it's going to it's going to try to anyways.
It
That's
just wants a hug.
exactly. It wants to get at you. So we're going to go ahead and roll here. Okay.
Was that your start?
And it so it leaps at you, aiming for your calf, and you let's see here. You can either fight back
Okay.
with a penalty die, or dodge with a penalty die.
That's no fun.
Yep. So, or you can do a maneuver of some sort, up to you. So those are your regular 3 options with a penalty die because you're basically on the floor.
Right.
Okay. So what do you want to do?
I'm looking. I have nothing to attack with. I'm unarmed. So
Right. So you will attack
Have
unarmed,
your
which is
fists and your feet.
yep.
Yep.
Those do
I
damage.
can't do anything other than attack with my hands or feet or dodge. Correct.
Or maneuver.
Remind me of maneuver.
So maneuver is like I'm going to leap up and grab a butcher knife out of the butcher block.
Okay.
Or I'm going to attempt to kick it into the garbage disposal.
Okay.
Maneuvers are like things that aren't
Got it. Okay.
necessarily like doing damage, but like you're trying to do something. You're
Yeah.
trying to
What
shove
would
a bear
I use
claw
to
into its
see
mouth.
If that's successful.
Maneuver is basically a fight back roll.
Okay. So same thing as a fight.
Yes, correct.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I think
just
and
more
this is
interesting.
just this is purely reactionary because I'm still a little seeing my dad's face on this rat creature.
And you still do, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it's right there.
Yeah.
Is I'm gonna just instinctually kick at it to kick it away.
Okay.
You know, your feet going pump, 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 pump.
Sure.
Dogs like that.
Pump, 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 pump,
I like pump, pump, pump.
Rump, bum, bum, bum.
Okay, so then I just throw fight brawl.
pump,
Yep.
pump it
So
up.
you're fighting back essentially.
All right, and I'm gonna roll that under weapons, where it's just my fists.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh.
Needed a 25. I rolled a 77.
Okay.
That is a fail,
Okay, got it.
and it even says "damn" on there for me.
Yep. Damn.
Damn.
So yeah, you try to lash out with your foot, and it prevents the critter from latching onto your leg because
Okay.
you've rolled over in time to narrowly miss it. But now it's basically between your legs, and you're sitting upright on the floor. But you are actually in a position so that next round you'll be able to get to your feet and
Okay.
perform normally without penalty
A
die.
normal round. Okay, cool,
Yep.
cool, cool.
So Rocky, you have a lap full of hot, delicious coffee.
Mm.
And the steam is sort of rising from your lap. What would you like to do?
Shrinkage.
Shrinkage. I was in
Shut
the
up.
pool.
It's cold out, okay?
The coffee's hot though. What's your excuse? Niblet.
Niblet.
Then look down in surprise at the fact that my coffee cup is now empty, and they go, "Oh wait, I'm holding something." I'm going to up and over the counter and try and chuck my coffee mug at it.
Nice. Okay.
Please don't fail. You're gonna hit me.
All right. Go ahead.
I might hit you.
Yeah, this will
We'll find out.
be a I guess sort of a range weapon, right?
Spastic throw.
Roll for spastic,
I guess it's just throw, isn't it?
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
I would
so
assume.
go ahead and do your throw. 69
Oh,
fail.
I needed a 20. I rolled a 69.
69.
Nice. Nice.
So yeah, the coffee cup smashes on the ground, basically between Pippa's feet, missing entirely. The creature, who looks back at you and snarls, and which is very disconcerting considering it has Detox's face. And yeah, so no one's taken any damage yet.
Laser eyes.
And it is Pippa's turn.
Hold on, I'll grab the bear claw off the ground and eat it.
Nice. Yeah, it's got like these little teeth marks in it, but that's probably the way it came. It's fine. Yeah. And it's quite
That
delicious.
bakery, they test everything.
Exactly. Yep. Or maybe they have rats. Who knows?
Oh.
So Pippa,
Probably it.
you're
Yes.
you're looking at this thing square, and it, just for a moment, it's turned its attention towards Rocky.
Yes.
What do you want to
I
do?
mean, honestly, it's the bakery's fault. They knew not. They knew it was a
I'm
risk opening
casting-
up the bakery next to the pet store.
That's true. I'm casting Dominate.
All right. So dominate. Let's take a peek at that. Dominate.
Bring out the gimp.
Dominate. Dance to the music. So this costs one
Sanity.
sanity,
And
one
sanity.
magic point, and you get to control this thing for one round. You
Yep.
can extend the time by recasting it.
Correct.
Okay, so it's an opposed
Make it
power
jump
roll.
into the garbage disposal.
Okay, so an opposed power roll means. Let's see here. Boom. Make sure
That's
we
what
get
we
this.
were
I gotta make sure he's got a
discussing
POW. Yeah. Okay. So yep,
Pow.
you
Right in the
get
kisser.
we get to roll, and the higher success wins essentially. So go ahead and roll me sweet D. So you didn't make it, and he did make it. So
Great.
go ahead and what's your spell sound like?
What's it sound like?
Yeah. Go ahead and cast your spell.
Oh, geez. I didn't think of this. You can't put me on the spot like that.
What's
It's got to be
Dominate?
good because I'll use it forever.
It's we're doing like what do you call it?
I know,
Improv here.
Yeah. Oof.
Points at rat. Bring out the gimp.
Except I say it a little bit different. I point at the rat and I go, "Bring out the gap."
Bring out the gap. All right,
That's what it sounds like.
but just in a foreign language, in a
Yeah.
cultish
Madago
language.
gimp.
All
I
right,
heard the word gimp in there.
nice.
somewhere.
So you will take 1 point of sanity,
I took them already.
okay, and
Magic and
point.
sanity.
Took
Yep.
them all the way to
So-
the bank.
And it was useless.
Useless, everybody.
Great.
And
Right,
we'll
nobody
say because your spell failed, and you took 1 sanity damage, we're gonna go ahead and say that you get this flash in your mind. It's almost as if the rat thing itself is pushing back with its mind into yours. And for just a moment, you see this sprawling city with brains on shelves that reach up to the heavens. Thousands, millions of brains, all shelved and labeled. and then it's gone.
What the fuck?
And you realize that you have just urinated onto the kitchen floor.
Not onto the rat? At least I got to pee on the rat.
Well, there is a little trickle like heading in his direction.
Good. That'll teach you.
Okay. So we are into round 2. No one has taken damage yet, so Roy is still befuddled and
Not
otherwise
playing
engaged.
this game today.
Taking a munch.
Sure. Yeah. Sitting there with the bear claws, like, no, it's still good.
And the rat thing wrinkles its nose and hisses, then dives towards Pippa's ankle. Pippa, what do you want to do?
Oh, I don't know. Cast get out of here. Get out of here.
So that would be fight back, maneuver, or dodge.
Yes, I know what it is. This is a comedy podcast, sir.
Excuse me, this is a
You know
very
I'm
nothing.
serious-
just gonna fight. I'm just gonna kick at it.
Comedy is not allowed here.
Need a 25, roll to 78. That's fail.
Okay,
That ain't great.
that's
I
not.
am
that's
not a
super
fighter,
good.
guys.
That's
I'm
true.
not a fighter.
That's true. She's not. And yeah, so you lash out again, and it squeaks and jumps into the air and jumps over your legs and scurries along the underside of the cabinet towards your hand,
Oh, good. Better than my feet.
because you're using your hands to sort of, prop yourself up and get partially up. We'll say that you're actually at the end of this round, after this altercation, you sort of jump up and are sort of, we'll say, squatting.
I did pee.
Yeah, you did pee. Yeah. So there's a puddle on the floor, and this thing is now intent on grabbing your hand before you can fully stand upright. It is now Rocky's turn.
Rocky.
How far away am I from all of this?
No more than 20, 30 feet. 20 feet, probably.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, we'll say 20
20
feet.
feet. How big is this kitchen?
20 feet's about right.
I don't get it.
Blaine
trying to-
Manor. 40-foot
So
kitchen.
I wanna... trying to think, because
I'll pass.
this is no, because I don't like.
I'll rest for this turn.
Hey Roy, it's that bear claw.
I'm gonna go join Roy on the couch with a bear claw and watch the action.
I got $20 on the rat.
They'll win.
I mean, I could try and throw something else, but my throw ain't all that pretty. I'm a little better off for fighting brawl, but it's a matter of, can I close the gap?
Well, I will
And then
also
do something.
point out that outnumbered opponents receive a penalty dice on their reactions. So, for
true.
instance, if you attempt to...
Even if I just get close.
Well, this is a story. We're not worried about 10 feet D&D shit. You just tell me what you're doing, and we'll make it happen. And
All right.
if it makes sense, And then, because he is outnumbered, he's going to get a penalty die to dodge or fight back. So that's something to... any successive attacks on him will have that.
All right.
So
So I'm gonna, while still keeping my eyes on Pippa and the rat, going to fumble backwards onto the counter and grab a pair of just big metal shears out of a block behind me, and I'm going to rush over to where she's at and attempt to just stake him to the ground with the shears.
nice. Okay. And then, of course, I think at this stage, he might like to fight back on you. So he's going to get a penalty to that, but that's what he's going to do. So go ahead and roll your fight.
Let me just do a straight fighting brawl because
Yep.
I don't actually have a weapon. Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
I needed a 35. I rolled a 59. That's a failure.
Okay. That's fine. So yeah, he basically your aim is just completely off and probably maybe slip a little bit in the pee. And the shears go and stick straight into the ground. I will say, just for funsies, you snip off his tail.
Ooh.
Okay? But, of course, there's no feeling in these tails. They're meaningless. But I will say that it also snaps Roy out of his reverie.
Yay.
Just the sight of the blood. So you'll come in round 3, Roy. So that'll be here.
He wakes up.
Too. Yeah. Why was I eating the spirit claw again?
Powering up.
Powering up. And
Insert Windows XP boot sound here.
we are into Pippa. You're going to finish off this round for us.
Yes, I am.
What are you going to do, kiddo?
I am going to try to get up onto the counter. I'm not a fighter. I'm trying to get away from it.
So that'd be a dodge.
Dodge.
Or I guess just run
Or
away
Chevy.
kind of thing. So
Or a what kind of thing?
it's just you're just trying to move out of the way. So I think that's going to be a dodge.
Okay. I would
And
think
then
so.
he's going to try
Maybe
to
a Ford?
fight back on you. How's that? But he's got to take a penalty to that.
Cool.
So roll away, baby.
Cool.
Hey, baby.
So it's half of my dexterity.
Yeah, dodge is down there. It should be in your skills.
It is, but there's no number in it.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
should,
so it's
should
half
be.
your dex.
Yeah, should be half your dex.
Should be, but it's
So half of 65 is going to be what? You want to round up or down?
63.
Up's
round
fine.
up.
Up's fine.
Okay, so yeah, 63.
33, you mean?
Or 33,
Yeah,
yeah.
33 is
I'll
fine.
put 63 in there if you let me.
There you go.
Awesome. Need a 33, rolled a 50. Hey, my whole screen says fail.
Nice. Fail.
Oh, everything I've ever done.
So you basically try to move away out of its range, using Rocky as a bit of a shield. But this thing skitters across the floor, takes a leap, tries to bite your hand, but falls slightly short, drops to the ground, and you can see now it's underneath your feet, underneath your legs.
Right.
Behind you, I guess you'd say, keeping to the baseboards,
Okay.
trying to find the room for its next attack. So we are now on to round 3, and it is Roy's turn. Because Roy... Actually, what is your thing, 65?
No, that's it. I have 80.
80, I'm sorry. So this thing does have 90. So it's going to take a leap at trying to get her ankle. What do you want to do? Pippa?
Thinking.
I was going to go up onto the counter, but
That'd be a dodge.
yeah, I have nothing that I can do. This is the weakest character I've ever built. Fudge.
A sexist?
Mm-hmm.
For fighting, she's the weakest. Let me rephrase that. Thank you.
Joking.
Yeah, jokes aren't funny.
Yeah, they
It's a
are
serious
always.
podcast. God damn it.
Every joke ever
I-
made is funny.
Again, kick. I'm just gonna kick.
Super cereal,
So fight back.
guys. Super cereal.
Cool. Need a 25. Rolled an 82. Failed.
All right, so you guys continue to do your dance, and but it does
Dance.
not manage to
Not
latch
getting
onto you
anything.
just yet, unfortunately.
We all suck.
We all
Because
suck.
we all suck.
And okay, so now we are on to Roy. So you're still sitting there, coming to, and you realize, like, oh my god, something is attacking Pippa and Rocky, and
Ding.
oh, it's that Rabe thing. Oh no, it's just a giant rat. It's a giant rat.
It's an ROUS.
You hate giant rats, don't you?
Yeah, they're annoying because they derail conversations.
True.
I'll just kind of try and go over and curb it, like, just slam my foot into the back of its head.
Curb stomp. Well, it's actually, if you remember, it is creeping around the baseboards currently. It's sort of behind Pippa,
Oh.
behind her legs.
But I can't get back there.
Just
Tell me how
curb
you're
stomp
doing
me.
it. That's all.
Oh, well. I was going to sort of kind of get up and sort of use the... It's near the counter, though, right?
It's across the room, about 20 feet away. You guys were seated at an island, and now it's over towards the sink where Pippa crawled to.
All right. Well,
And it's
this
sort
is
of,
a very confusing kitchen layout.
I guess
I'll
so.
just,
It's a huge kitchen.
I mean, I'll kind of just walk over to it and try and, just kick it in the back of the head onto the ground. Because I don't think much of it. I just think it's a rat, right? So I feel like I should just be casual.
It's a very large rat.
Yeah, but it's still just a rat.
Very
so I
large.
feel like
You say
I
that
need
it
to be
is
casual
of
about
unusual
it.
size.
They just don't exist.
All right, go ahead and give me a roll then. It would be just an unarmed attack.
I failed. I
Yeah.
got 52. I got 79.
All right, cool. I think for funsies, it's going to attack you back. But this will be...
That's not very fun.
I think it's fun.
I think it's fun.
I don't.
Unfortunately,
Something needs to happen.
actually, I rolled the wrong dice there. Boom. Okay, that is actually... Oop, that's not going to work.
Cheating. We can't see it.
No, because it had to take a penalty dice because it's outnumbered. Otherwise, it would have latched onto you, which would have been fun. All right, so that is your attack. Now it is Rocky.
Rocky.
What you doing, Rock?
Dwayne.
Those shears are going...
I think the best option is still just to pop them up and whack right back down again.
You're right in your crotch.
All right,
Right in
go
Roy's
ahead and give me a
crotch.
roll.
I needed a 35. I rolled an 80. That's a failure.
Nice. So yeah,
It's going to be the entirety of the podcast tonight, guys.
exactly.
Get used to it.
Exactly. So it managed to roll its dodge. So we're gonna say that it managed to leap onto. What are you wearing, Pippa?
Nothing.
That's a personal question, sir.
Oh, what are you wearing?
I am wearing.
Can't remember if you're a dress gal or
No.
skirt,
Slacks.
khakis.
So, no, like a dress suit, but with no coat.
Okay,
the coat's
nice.
in the car.
So
Yeah, so a nice
pretty
blouse
nice
and-
designer.
Yeah,
blouse,
light
and-
gray
and,
with pinstripes.
Okay, pantsuit. Yeah, I like it.
Yep.
So this thing leaps onto your pantsuit and starts clawing through the material. And we are on to
Rude.
this would be Pippa to end the
I
round.
just peed those.
Yeah, exactly. They
Mine.
smell stinky.
I marked the territory and everything.
Stinky. What are you gonna do,
Okay.
Pips? It's on your leg now.
Yeah. I guess punch at it.
Okay, so fighting.
Token.
Cool. Need a 25. Rolled a 57. That's a fail.
Okay.
I'm just going to record this part, and then I'll just play it back
Exactly.
each time we fight.
So yeah, you reach down to try to punch it. It easily dodges your blow, and
Skirts around the back of my leg.
but yeah, it actually sort of like does the little like skitter up, but move around towards your backside, towards your left buttock.
Like a squirrel. Oh.
But yeah, exactly. Yes, like a squirrel you can't get rid of. So yeah, that is the end of the round, and we're gonna start off with the rat thing now trying to bite into your left buttock.
For Christ's sake, please bite me.
What do you want to
End
do?
this charade.
What do you want to do, Pip?
It hasn't bitten me yet.
No, not yet.
Twerk that thing off.
So,
You can try to dodge it. You can do a maneuver. You can fight back. Those are your three
try to
options.
persuade it not
A spell, also a spell is
Yeah, but those don't work.
Or actually, not when you're fighting back. You can't do a spell. but-
No, yeah.
yeah.
Well, how can I dodge if it's on my body? That's what I'm thinking. You can't really dodge it, right?
No, you actually can.
I could twerk.
It's not on you yet.
It's on
Or
the
I guess
pants.
it is.
Yeah,
No, it's
But
on
if you
me.
dodge
It's on
well
me.
enough, it'll get thrown off, right?
potentially. We'll see what happens. But it just depends what Pip wants to do.
I'm gonna go home.
Well, here, let me roll mine.
Yeah, okay, I'm going. I'm gonna dodge.
Okay.
Need a 33. Rolled a 69. Nice. And that's a
Nice.
fail.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's nice.
My God, could something happen here?
So you feel teeth pierce the backside of your pants. And that's when you're really glad that you had a handkerchief in your back pocket. And you hear this thing just going. and pull out shreds of the handkerchief, the designer handkerchief that you got for Christmas.
Yeah, it has freaking embroidered initials on it.
Son of a bitch. And so now we're on to Roy.
Rocky.
So you see this thing hanging off of poor Pippa's shredded buttocks. No blood yet, though, thankfully. You don't see that this thing got into flesh.
The flesh of thy father.
Well, now it's kind of hanging, so I think it's like a good time to sort of kick it from the undercarriage and like kick up.
Okay.
Trying to try and jack it loose.
Jack it.
Try and jack it loose.
Jack it loose.
Loose.
Like it. I like it. Go ahead.
Full chorus line.
I needed a 52. I got a 16. That's a hard success.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Something fucking happened.
Exactly. And it was unable to dodge this thing. So, yeah, you did 2 hit points to it. And this thing goes flying into the air. You kick towards her buttocks, and you nail this thing just perfectly. It goes squealing, somersaulting, hits the ceiling.
Nice.
You see a little bit of a blood spatter, and it comes down and lands on the counter, then does a tumble roll off the counter edge and onto the floor, and then starts scurrying in circles. But you can see you've damaged it pretty well. But it's still not out of commission, unfortunately. And Rocky, I believe you're up next.
Hey, Rocky, if you can't kill this rat, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, I mean, my fighting brawl isn't really the best, so I don't know what you
weapon.
want. Actually, that's not a... well, I'd need a gun. I'm really good with handguns. Actually, I don't know if I'm allowed to do this.
Waste the whole turn on this.
Yes, I am. Damn Skippy, son.
It's not gonna be alive when you have the gun.
Doesn't matter.
He's gonna drive to the gun store. It's called the gun store.
I'll be back. 2-week
Gonna fill out the forms and wait the requisite 1-week waiting period.
Yep. And then we'll get it.
In all of my infinite wisdom and large amounts of free time, I've been preparing the house a bit, tidying it up, making sure that we'd be ready for any unforeseen intrusions. And I think I remember at some point I might have stuck a rather compact pistol in one of the kitchen drawers somewhere.
Real convenient, buddy.
I was going to luck roll for it, see if it was there still.
Maybe if you were more stern in your description. At some point, I may have thought about thinking about doing something with the drawer.
Possibly did this, maybe.
No, I don't. I think we've established that there are no firearms as of yet.
In the world?
Well, I'm going to go to the gun store.
Yesterday. You had to do this like 2 weeks ago.
You're in a kitchen.
Guns everywhere.
I know it doesn't help with the fight brawl, but you're in a kitchen.
Yeah, I can't fight brawls. I can't. I'm 35 and fight brawl. It ain't gonna do shit. We've covered 25.
That's funny. So
well, you failed a lot, buddy. So you could.
I can nick it.
I'm just gonna try and kick it, and we're gonna get this over with because I'm gonna fail.
Oh wow! Look at that. I'm gonna fail.
Okay, so you succeeded. You needed 35. You rolled a 33. It's going to,
off already.
Since it is also, that's interesting. Your thing didn't do damage.
Because he didn't roll unarmed. He just rolled fighting brawl.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so it will.
That's a D3. You roll a D3 for damage.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and roll that real quick.
Roll the sweet D, man.
Sweet D3, please.
Sweet.
Let's see. I can roll a D4. I'm trying to find the option.
Just roll another unarmed
dice roller. You should be able to do.
Just roll an unarmed.
Or you could do D6 divided by 2.
I can just
it doesn't.
I'll just roll unarmed and take the damage number from
fine.
that.
There you go.
3 points of damage.
And another success, by the way.
Nice.
So, okay. So, basically what's going to happen here is he's going to roll, and he's going to, since he is no longer latched onto Pippa, he's going to attempt to latch onto you, of course. And you're using the same shears? Is that, no, you kick, right? Kick.
Yeah.
So he's going to try
frustrated that I can't hit him with the shears, so I'm just going to go for the boot.
Go for the old big stomp.
Works.
So basically he's going to need a better success than you.
Yeah.
So he's going to need a hard. He is outnumbered, though, and this is the second attack. So this is not going to happen. Yep. Okay, so you're good. So, yep, go ahead and describe how this thing croaks it, Rocky.
Oh, it's dying?
So it's spinning in circles, clearly a little dazed. So I'm going to steady myself for a minute. Rear back. Oh, will you just sod off already, you bloody little... And I'm going to whack it as hard as I can with my foot. And it's going to go up across the kitchen. And it's going to slam into the back wall and slide down into a pot that was sitting on the stove.
Nice. Go! That's good. All right, nicely done. Yeah, and it sinks into the pot, clearly dead, and
actually a stew that I had boiling.
Okay,
I was gonna scream out, "Not my cannabis!"
What?
Wrong pot.
Oh, a different pot. Yeah.
Oh, pot.
Oh, pot. Pole pot.
Funny.
Yep.
Oh, we don't talk about that pot, Jeremy.
Mm-mm.
It's a nice
whole pot is cringe.
It's a nice pot.
It's not keck.
Pot of stewed rabbit. So and now it has a little bit of rat.
Stewed rat bit.
So this thing is just bloated, and now it's all boiling away, and immediately the kitchen is just inundated with a stench of wet fur and disgusting feces and
my urine.
So that's it. Yeah.
Yay.
So you want to finish telling us about your dream?
Yeah. So about that dream you were telling us about earlier.
I think you guys maybe have gathered what I was getting after with the dream talk.
I heard something of what was Madame Starbuck?
She promised me everything. Everything I've ever wanted.
Well,
if I did something to one of you.
What's something?
I don't know if I should say. I don't want another one of those creatures to come out.
You not telling us means you're going to do it.
Do what?
Something.
Well, you're not the only one. I admit that I also had an unpleasant visit from you-know-who.
Oh no, there's a devil dog. You had a dream too?
Made me an offer.
And you couldn't refuse?
Yes. Except in my case, she had some tasks she wanted me to do for her about you, involving you two, I guess.
Oh, I'm going to put on my backpack, grab some water in my thermos, and travel across the kitchen to put my hand on Rocky's shoulder.
It's
a huge fucking kitchen, guys.
I'm gonna stand there for 3 days while I wait for her to cross the kitchen.
She died of dysentery.
The conjuro's fast.
It's gonna be like that scene in was it Robin Hood Men in Tights where he's running up and then they look back and they sit same distance running up to.
No, it was Monty Python's Holy Grail.
Was that it was okay.
Yeah.
There was something somewhere. Yeah. It's Pippa in a kitchen and me standing there.
I'm just running in place of my urine. It's slippy.
How about you?
No, I'm going to walk up to Rocky and put my hand on his shoulder and say, I'm not going to do it.
I mean, I said yes, but that doesn't necessarily mean I intend to follow through. You see, she was rather interested in that stone of yours. I believe it looked something like this, and I'm going to reach into my pocket and pull out the one that I took from her trunk.
Oh, damn. You took it from her trunk?
Well, the
she does
the
have
photo
junk in that trunk.
Right, the photo
Nice.
you took.
No, he thinks he took the stone from the trunk.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Oh, I was under the impression that it was the actual...
No, it was a photo of her wearing it.
Oh.
Yes, it does. Matt's rebooting. Give him a second.
He's got
His entire plan is ruined.
Well,
Was that a red silk chair? Damn.
yeah, I'm trying to think because this was you guys were there too.
Yeah, but the description
No,
was
I
real quick.
was separated, wasn't I?
Yeah, Gabe was.
Well, I was trying to recall whether or not he actually took one of the bracelets as well for.
I didn't. I was the only one that didn't.
No, that was during the procession. But later on, during the dinner sequence, Rocky went into this other tent, right? You guys all found shit.
Yeah,
I remember that.
And he found a photograph of Madame Starbuck wearing the thing. But also, I couldn't remember whether or not he took a bracelet that was there. Do you remember that, Matt?
I took something, and
Well, you said
took a thing,
and you said that you took it and then you put it back. But I was like, why would he put the photo back? I don't.
Well, and that's what I thought.
Right,
I thought there was the photo and the underneath it was the stone, but maybe underneath it was the bracelet.
Maybe the bracelet.
And he he took the bracelet and put the photo back.
Yeah, that could
is what
be.
I think happened.
That could be.
In his mind, it was he took the stone.
Right.
And
And the stone wasn't
fine.
there. Yeah.
I don't even remember what
Gabe,
I found.
it's not all about you.
I'm confused.
We're trying to piece things together.
Yeah, exactly. Well, okay, so one of you found
it's
a
not
wallet.
Me. Crocy also says that she thought I took the stone.
I did too.
Yeah, no, the stone was never there, so it was never there.
I think you meant bracelet.
Taken.
Maybe you said stone, Jeremy, by accident, but you meant bracelet.
Right. So in the two things, let me find those notes real quick, just so we can clarify.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but there is Lovecraft.
You might have to check that recording too.
I will.
If we say you picked up the stone,
and
then frickin'
and this
Michael,
was the dinner sequence. Blah 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 blah.
Romancing that stone.
Cute.
Okay. Several pieces of expensive jewelry, as well as a photograph of Starbuck wearing a peculiar necklace adorned with a stone that is an exact match of Pippa's, except it bears the snake candelabra symbol in the center. That's it. So not even one of the bracelets. And that was with an extreme role which you performed.
But why do I remember taking something?
Yeah, I remember you taking something too.
Yeah, I remember you took the photo, but then you said like you put the photo back so that
it didn't look like it was disturbed.
Yeah,
but he took something
closed it. I could see taking the photograph as sort of like evidence of, it's obviously evidence of something. Other than that, I can't tell you.
We'll just have to listen to it.
Yep, and it doesn't matter now.
No, because you don't have it.
Yeah, you
so where you
don't have the stone. She wouldn't part with that.
Shoot,
Justin. Thank you, Justin. A blank one. So so you can whip out the photo if you want.
Go with it.
Okay, I guess.
Because I could snip that little part out of the sequence that you put it back, if that's the case.
Right.
Take what you get.
I still like the idea of not making sure she doesn't. I say I took a picture of it with my phone, and then I put the photo back.
That's it.
Because I wouldn't want her. I wouldn't want her to know that I know
that I
know. Taking something is a rookie mistake.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you did. You did. Mm-hmm.
Cool. We'll fix it in post. Post serial.
I'm still confused.
No. So yeah, that's what you did. You took the photo. You took a photo of the photo. Yep. And you put the actual photo back.
That's true. I Xeroxed that, and then I took a picture of it.
So now, currently, Pippa's revealing this dream to you, and now you can present that photo if you like.
But it's like 15 layers of deteriorated. Just one big pixel.
It needs more JPEG.
It's a grave rubbing of.
Yeah, she wanted my stone as well in my dream.
Yes. She asked me to secure your stone for her.
Yeah, she asked me too.
I mean,
you had a dream too?
Interesting.
What?
Yeah, I did.
What the hell?
So she visited all three of us.
Okay, all on the table here. I'm supposed to sabotage the elevator while Rocky is in the basement so he can't get up. It's not going to hurt him or anything, but he can't get up until the next day. So whatever she has planned tonight, he cannot interfere with it. She's trying to separate us all.
Oh, very much so. She told me that I had to call and, well, Roy, she wanted me to tell your wife that you were in town.
Does his wife look like this?
I stole it from a chest.
She's kind of stupid because my wife doesn't know what I look like, so she wanted me to call a bomb threat to the college. Which, I mean, I do that anyway, but...
And how would that benefit her keeping us away from...
She said it would keep the police busy.
Oh, okay. So she's concerned about the police as well as...
Which means that we need to get the police over there.
Here's the one thing I've noticed from all of our dreams here. She doesn't give a shit about me. She just wants my necklace. She's not threatened by me, not trying to get rid of me.
Oh, did you see how you handled a rat, Pippa? Let's be honest.
Yeah, rats are terrifying. And I don't know if you know this, but that rat had my dad's face.
No, that rat was a rat. I seen it.
No, I'm pretty sure. Wait, because I was looking at it, and I'm fairly sure it had the face of an old employee of mine, whom you might have heard of at some point. I'm pretty sure you had some encounters with them, Roy.
Yeah, well, I'm the only one who stayed calm and collected through that whole thing, so it was a rat.
Both Rocky and my pants are soaking wet. Speaking of which, I need to go change, but let's take a 5-minute here, and then we need to come up with a plan, guys.
Up.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom and clean up the best I can.
Take 5. That's what I meant.
So I'm gonna go change my pants
into brown.
With Rocky, we'll just switch pants.
Nice. So Roy sits in the kitchen finishing his bear claw, watching the rat continue to stew. Trying to ignore the smell. Pippa goes and cleans up as best she can, but her pants are shredded.
Yeah, and once I realize how damaged they are and that there's nothing I can do, I'm going to go out and get my change of clothes, and they're just sweatpants in the car.
Nice.
I usually put them on when I clean up after a shower.
Sure. And you're also a little worried as you do so that you're probably going to have to head home to get some more clothes before your
take a shower
pre-lunchtime meeting with the... people at the cottage, your appointment.
Yep.
And Rocky, you managed to get changed with no problem, and you feel like you dodged a bullet when that thing lashed out at your foot. You kind of got the impression that maybe that thing wasn't clean and had been carrying many, many diseases.
It wasn't kosher.
Chlamydia.
Yes, not kosher. It was one of those pork rats. Pig rats. No. So,
Chlamydia.
You guys reconvene back in the kitchen, which is now reeking pretty terribly.
Shut off the burner. What are you doing?
It's a boil down. It's like, oh.
to make the burn. Oh my God. I'm going to go over and turn off the burner.
And I'll turn it back on. Them's good eats.
Wave it with a towel and turn the exhaust fan on.
Nice.
Well, you can
I don't think that's quite
on.
enough. And I'm going to pick up the pot, open the window, and chuck the contents
out. I will fight him in the process of him attempting to do this.
Nice.
It's not done. The rat's still cooking, for the record. Let the record show that Rocky sucks and lost.
All right.
He agreed I win.
Yes, you win.
All right.
Done and done. Okay. All right, guys. We got to come up with a plan for tonight.
No, the show does open.
Should we even go?
Okay, so let's think this through. So, I think if things happen the way she wants them to, I won't be there because I'll be stuck. I'm assuming she thinks that telling Greta that Roy is in town is somehow going to tie him up, so he won't be there either.
Right, so it'll just be me.
But hold on, because in both Rocky and my dream, we are there giving her the thing.
True, she did say I had to deliver it to her, so...
Right, but if we do it this way, the two of you, who are much more equipped at attacking surprisingly, doing something surprisingly, I think I should be the person that goes there and said I did my task. By trapping Rocky in the basement, he can still do his task before I do that to call Greta and snitch on Roy, tying both of you up. And then I would be the only one to show up. Should I bring my necklace or should we stash it somewhere? We don't have time to get a replica made.
So she's worried about the police as well, it seems.
Right. But, Roy, you know the police, right? Do you think that they would do something for you, like as a favor?
I'm sure I could persuade. I got connections.
I wonder
maybe
if
have one of your friends
drive around.
Send off. No, the thing is, she's going to know things are wrong if she doesn't hear about the police responding to a threat.
All right, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to call the bomb threat on the college.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell
a bomb threat in, don't you?
Yeah, I think it'd be funny. But I'm going to tell Bugsy the plan. I can trust him.
Okay.
So that way, the whole, the media will be like, oh, there's a bomb at the college. But the cops will know what's going down. So she'll look on the news, probably like C-SPAN because she's a monster. And she'll see, oh, there's a bomb threat at the college. And she'll be like, plans in
14.
action.
Finally, they got to the bomb threat.
And then she'll be like, all right, plans in motion.
Okay. Well, do we have to call in a bomb threat?
We could just call it to the media.
Kids?
Yeah, I don't see any way around this.
No way at all around this. Like, you couldn't accidentally maybe go over to your wife's house, and I still don't understand any of this. You said you're not married, but
Roy
not married.
On this one. If she catches any whiff of us faking the threat or changing it in any way, she's going to know something is up. I think we do have to call that in.
What about your elevator? What if she has a spy watching me sabotage your elevator? Do you have another way out of there?
We could dig one. Wait, hold on.
You have a backhoe out in the backyard.
Dig a tunnel from the underground base to right underneath the circus, and that way I can just pop up in the middle and be like, surprise, and she'll be like, whoa.
Guys, do we think that the excavation that's been going on at the well could interact with the basement.
Oh.
I'm not sure a single digger could get that far down. It is quite a ways.
It's down deep, but, ladders exist.
So in other words, you're saying there's no other way out. What if we sabotage the elevator with you down there, but we provide you a way to climb back up and out?
What I just said.
Up the shaft. Not digging a hole that'll take 45 hours. We have
I'm sorry that digging a hole is so hard for you. What do you do exactly? You can't dig holes. You can't fight rats. You can't call bomb threats.
Yeah, I'm a normal person.
So since I've been up and down that elevator, would I by now have a rough estimate of how far down it is?
Yes, it's very far.
Very.
Yeah, it's like, think Batcave far.
Batcave's not real, so we don't know how deep that is.
10 stories down below?
It's, I'd say
100 feet?
Yeah, probably longer than 100 feet, I would think.
They got
1 feet.
200 feet ladders.
No, they don't.
We'll just go to the 200-foot ladder store and buy a 200-foot ladder.
I would say, I think Rocky appreciates the plan that Pippa has put forth. That actually might work because there's a hatch in the top of that elevator.
Yeah.
And if you could rig some sort of pulley system and enough rope, then yeah. Why wouldn't that work?
Or I could even go and get some sort of climbing harness and use the cable for the elevator. Who needs a rope? There's already one there.
You could absolutely do that.
Use it and use an ascender.
To find out it's a hydraulic elevator.
So it actually kind of makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah.
But also as you guys are talking about all this, you both Rocky and Roy are beginning to have a deepened sense of respect for Pippa and her actions. And
No, you're wrong.
But
you're
maybe
wrong.
perhaps even more importantly, you're kind of intrigued with that odd incantation that she performed while the rat was trying to attack her.
So Pippa, about that odd incantation that you performed.
So, again, what was your dream about? Oh, you see a rat with your dad's face. What's your dream about? Why are you on the counter? What's your dream about? Oh, shit on a stick.
What's your dream about?
I love that Gabe is laughing his ass off and then sits right back. Stone-faced. Yeah,
serious,
I guess I didn't realize
This is a serious podcast.
what I knew, but my dad has been teaching me this stuff since I was, 9 years old.
Taekwondo.
What do you mean no?
Like I can get a feeling if I concentrate. I can get a feeling.
Feeling
as to what people are
feeling.
Yeah. How'd you know?
So you're like get their vibes is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm gonna call it that. That's a good name. I can cast vibe.
And as she says this, you notice that she has sort of this wild look in her eyes. She's getting a little worked up, a little excited. She seems a little not quite frantic, but just a little excitable.
All right, bring it back. Hey, right here, right. I mean, it's basic level magics. I've read and studied bits and pieces of this before.
You know about it?
Yes, I've encountered it more than once.
I've only done this one time, and it was when I was 13. I was so mad at my dad, so I just ran out into the woods and I got cornered by by what? What are you doing? Jumping into my story? Huh?
What?
So what was your dream about?
I got cornered by a badger. I had no idea what to do. And I just stared at it intensely. And all of a sudden...
The gimp.
Oh, wait, that's the... Is this one? Oh.
I was going to make that joke.
What kind of badger was it?
Brown-tailed, gray-faced dad badger.
Did it look like your dad?
Did you say I'm terrified and it said hi, terrified, I'm badger?
Yeah, did the badger have your dad's face too?
Yep. We done?
No, you were right in the middle of something.
I know. I'll get there in a couple hours.
So what was your dream about?
It burst into blisters and fluid, and blood was just squirting out of its eyes.
You gave it Ebola.
And I didn't know what was happening, but I just ran and ran and ran as fast as I could back home. 2 days later, I went back in the woods. I got up some courage, and I found it dead. I killed that thing.
Great. We believe in magic.
Fairly decent grasp of magic for a 13-year-old. I mean,
I
there are people who study
idea.
The execution of a basic blood maledict such as that for lifetimes, and then haven't ever managed to manifest. Interesting.
So Rocky's the magic expert now too.
And sometimes, if I really want
your
to get
card?
a sale, I can. I've only done it twice, and I feel really bad about it. But I took control of when I first was starting as a realtor. I took control of this gentleman who was having a hard time signing the papers, and I made him sign on the dotted line. I dominated him.
Isn't that illegal?
It is. And I voided the contract. And I almost quit. The realtor business.
Well, they do say that all magic comes with a price.
$6. I had to go
About
get more pens.
$3.50. It's about $3.50.
Night utility.
Yay! Night.
Okay.
And then the only other thing that I have not tried, but I think I might be able to do this. I can take away
your pain.
Yeah, your pain. I'm trying to phrase this. It's so hard to figure these out when they're all just plugged in. I can make it to where people kind of fail a lot more. Like they're not as lucky.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why can't you make your rolls better?
Yeah, trust me. I wish. What are rolls? You mean the bear claws? I didn't make them. The baker made them.
I'd be careful with that one.
Those are the things that I know.
Too happy with people messing with their strings.
Yeah.
Right, so are we going to talk about serious things now, or are we going to just keep talking about this hocus pocus bull crap?
Bring out the gimp.
So it's not like I'm helpless, but I think this plan might work.
So let me get this straight. The idea is that Roy, you're going to call in your bomb threat to the college, but not before you let... What'd you say, Bugsy? Know about
You really don't know his name? He was around all the time.
Yes, of course. So you're going to let Bugsy know about it, and if you can, it might be fruitful to see if you can get some of him and his plainclothes friends in the audience tonight.
Well, yeah, it's called Undercover. That was the plan.
I don't think they should bring covers.
He'll be cold.
They'd be
So the bomb threat fires off, but there are going to be a contingency of undercover police in the audience. I can go to the hardware store and probably find... Well, there's an outdoor sporting goods store right close by.
Yes, it is the
I'm pretty sure the outdoor sporting goods store have rock climbing equipment. I can get an ascender, and you can sabotage the elevator, and then I can just use the elevator cables to come back up.
Okay.
So she will see that you sabotage the elevator. She'll see that Roy called in his bomb threat.
And you have to call...
means I just have to call Greta and tell her that Roy is in town, although I'm not sure what kind of repercussions that might have.
That's the one I don't get, because, I mean... I'll sort of quiet down and lean to Rocky. She doesn't know what I look like right now.
And that was my point. When I was in the dream with her, I told her it wouldn't do any good. Greta still knows you as you were before, so...
Am I hearing this?
I attempted to make it so you don't.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just see how that one goes. I mean, I don't get that one. So I make
my call. So for all intents and purposes, she thinks I'm out.
The order needs to be bomb threat, call Greta, elevator.
Yep.
All right. So at this point, she thinks that Roy, you will be indisposed, and that I will be indisposed.
And I will be in the tent.
So that gives you and I a window of maybe making a less formal entrance.
Bum, bum, bum.
Like business casual?
Yeah.
I was thinking like Pajama Fridays.
I gotta say, I'm not impressed with her plan. She's really hoping that all of us do all of these things in the order in which it benefits her.
But is she?
I gotta say, she's kind of sloppy.
Or is she just distracting us so she can do something else while we run around with her?
Yeah, well, make sure you got your little thing with you.
That's the question, though. Is it smart to bring that with her?
Yeah, I don't know. What if right off the bat, the big strong guy grabs me and they just take it, and then that's it?
Well, presumably they'll be watching.
That's what I was thinking, Rocky.
How about...
Should one of you guys carry it?
Yeah, but then that takes away any kind of ambush from our part.
You think she'll know it's there?
I don't know, but she'll be expecting one of us to give it to her.
Yeah, but as far as she knows, you're dealing with Greta and I'm stuck in the basement.
Right. So maybe
so if she doesn't have it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Roy. I should just keep it with me. Is there something I can put it in that can, like, you need like a little lockbox or something small that I can keep on my person where she can't get to it without a key? Or some type of combination? There you go.
I think you already said keister it in one of the previous episodes.
Yeah.
Nature's pocket.
That's true.
There's only one key.
Hot Pockets.
All right.
Sponsor us, Hot Pockets.
I think you guys have a little bit more here to think about.
Sponsored.
So we need to move things along slightly because we're getting timing-wise, we're getting up to it. Yeah. So let's say that you sit for a moment in silence, smelling the remainder of the rat, which is still boiling away on the stove. And Rocky's phone rings. Almost simultaneously, there's a knock at the door, and you hear, "Hey, Ken, you in there?"
Convenience.
The convenience stores of Speedway.
I'll get up to go answer the door.
If you excuse me, I need to take this, and I'm going to walk out of the kitchen and into another room nearby.
Okay, nice. And Pippa, you're obviously need to get ready for your appointment.
I'm gonna need to
particularly
head
if you
out.
need to head home and get washed up and so forth.
So I'm gonna be like, Rocky, I gotta go.
Okay.
Bathroom's down the hall.
I gotta go.
So
the bathroom's on the floor in the kitchen. Bye.
So Pippa and Roy head to the front door and open it up to see Bugsy, and behind him, the corporal. Bugsy says, "Oh, Pippa, I didn't know you were gonna be here too."
Yes.
Hey, kid.
Sorry. I just have to head out. I've got an appointment. I'm showing a house here in about 20 minutes. I gotta go change my clothes.
Gotcha. I understand.
Nice to see you, though.
Yeah, you have a good day. And here, would you mind taking a couple of these posters? This is
absolutely
Tina. It's if you wouldn't mind just putting them up anywhere. If you're doing an open house or something, just maybe put a stack there.
Yeah, I have no problem.
I really
with
appreciate
that.
it. We're still looking.
If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. And the corporal just watches you with cold eyes.
And I just go.
And Pippa races off to her car.
Yep.
And Ken Roy is staying there looking, and Bugsy turns to him and says, "Hey, Ken, sorry to bug you, but I know, I wanted to keep you up to date on the whole Tina situation. We haven't had any leads or anything, so we're thinking of, I hate to say it, but taking a peek in the hole."
Gross.
Well, I think it's probably a good time to do it. I'm going to come with it. That's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. Corporal, you don't mind, do you? And he just nods silently. Yeah, it's fine. We already talked about it. Yeah, come on. We got some guys down there. They're getting ready to fire up the machinery, and we thought we'd just, take a dig and see what happens. And I appreciate you being there for me, because if we find anything, I'm not going to be in any shape.
So I'm there for you.
It's just a blob on the ground. I'm not in any shape.
Okay, come on. We'll walk on down there then. And he heads off the porch with the corporal in tow.
Ooh. And I'll follow.
And Rocky, you answer the phone.
Disco Cat, the place for glitter and litter.
I'm sorry. This is Rocky. It's Charlene. Hey.
Yes. How can I help you today?
Oh, I don't mean to bother. I know it's early there. I'm in Boston with some girlfriends today, and I was thinking about you, and just wanted to say hi. Are you going to the sideshow thing? What is it called? Sideshow. Freak show. I don't know. Are you going tonight?
I have plans to. I guess you'd say I have plans to be there.
Oh, okay. Well, I could probably meet you there if you wanted.
Well, look, I really don't want to cause any inconvenience. If you're off with your friends, you can stay with them.
It's not a problem. We're supposed to be back tonight, so I should be there. Fashionably late, of course, but I wouldn't mind seeing you. I mean,
well,
just be honest.
You smell.
Yeah, but she's smelling you. Oh,
you're funny.
Well, looks on everything, dear.
Oh.
Really, you know what? Everybody needs to get out of town for a while. I hear that the tapas restaurant in town is debuting a new menu tonight as well. Maybe you should
is that a
head
invitation?
over there.
A surprise, maybe?
Well, it technically is supposed to be, but I might be able to pull a string or two if you. That sounds.
Yes, that sounds lovely. What time?
Coincidentally, It starts at the same time that the circus starts.
Oh,
It's
well, I mean,
some sort of new after dark dining experience. The lights are going to be off. I don't understand it, but maybe you will.
Well,
But see, they claim that if you can't see your food, that it makes like your other senses better.
I like that idea. Heightened senses. Yeah, that sounds pretty sexy if you ask me.
Anyway, just be there on time, and I'll take care of everything else. All right.
Well, thank you very
Ciao,
much.
Click.
Oh,
Ciao, Click.
Rocky, actually, before you go, I'm also trying to reach Pippa. I haven't been able to reach her.
Click.
Do you happen to know where she might be?
Last I saw, she was heading off to a showing.
Oh, okay.
Wouldn't say where. But I mean, Pippa. You shouldn't be too surprised.
Yeah, I know.
My assistant doesn't know what I'm doing.
She's pretty useless without me this week. Hopefully, I can get her back on track next week.
Actually, she sold 2 houses.
Well, I'll see you tonight,
she needs all the help she can get. So
yeah. Well, I'm really looking forward to this whole tapas thing. So. I guess I'll see you there.
Yes, of course.
Okay, bye, Click.
Ooh.
How do Rocky keep saying click into the phone? I don't get it.
You started it.
So
I thought it would work.
The Corporal, Bugsy Jr., and Kenroy head on down towards the excavation area, and you can see there's a bunch of guys who are coming in from the street. They're setting up cones, orange cones, and sort of getting the area prepped. And you see that the movers that they had put out there a couple days ago are just still sitting there unused. And the sky is gray and oppressive, and you're sort of looking at that hole as you're approaching it. And it seems to yawn darker and darker the closer you get. And when you're within just 30 yards away, you think you smell something very similar to that stewed rat in the Blaine Manor kitchen. And for a moment you recoil enough to where Bugsy stops in his tracks and says, "Hey, Ken, you feeling all right? You've gone all white."
Racist.
I mean, whiter than usual.
You're awful pale.
Yeah, I'm just having a little eerie kind of feeling.
And when
I'll
you
be all
say
right.
that,
I'll power through it.
Ooga chaka.
As soon as you say that, a peal of ultraviolet lightning pierces the heavens, striking the excavation site squarely where the hole is, and an eruption of earth flies into the air, obscuring your sight. And you can hear stone and dirt rain down on the heavy machinery, and the yells and grunts of the guys trying to get out of the way. And you hear this wind picking up from where the hole would be. This familiar wind echoing down through time and cavernous expanses. And then a second peal of lightning strikes. And for a moment you get a whiff of Madame Starbuck's perfume. And tune in next time as we play another reel of the Lovecraft tapes.
Crazy.
Okay.
Crazy for feeling so lonely.
Wow.
Exactly. All right, so we're going to skip forward to now it's time for hashtag recommendos, where we share some of our geeky obsessions. Please roll D100. Highest goes first.
Oh, yeah, I wrote Eddie.
92.
Nice.
75.
38.
72. So we're going to go with Matt, Gabe, me, Brian. Start us off, Matt.
Last.
Oh, boy. So tonight I'm going to recommend another really great indie. It's called Get to the Orange Door, where the objective of the game is in the title. It is a really fast-paced arcadey shooter that has this really neat like neon synth wave kind of look to it, where you're sprinting through these arenas, you're jumping and dashing and wall running, and the whole goal is in the title you need to get to the orange door. But along the way you're killing these virtual enemies, you're collecting cash, you're finding guns, you're finding different weapons and power-ups. And the combination of the really unique aesthetic and the fast, frantic gameplay and the simplicity of the overall design just makes it so much fun and such a delight to play, because it doesn't take itself too seriously. You can just kind of have a good time. It's really great if you want to drop in, play a couple of rounds, hop out. And it really deserves more attention than it's gotten. It's a gem. It's still early access, but the developer is super responsive. He's really great when it comes to keeping people up to date on what he's doing and interacting with all of the fans of the game. So I'm really glad that I could help him out, give him a little bit of a support, because everybody out there that's looking for a really fun, really fast paced shooter should get to the Orange Door.
Cool. Sounds like fun. Awesome. Okay. Gabe, you're up next.
I will be recommending a movie. It is a Shudder original. It is called Fried Berry. It is kind of a difficult to explain movie, but I enjoyed it. Essentially, the premise of the movie is that aliens abduct and sort of change or take over a guy. And this guy is just kind of like a degenerate drug addict scumbag. And they're just kind of taking his body for a ride. It's South African film, so, you kind of got that little quirkiness in there.
Nice.
I don't know. I think the best way I would describe this movie is it's basically what happens when you have a human being that just doesn't talk at all. And just kind of goes with the flow. This is what's going to happen to you. Like, for example, someone gives him a hit of ecstasy, and he likes it so much, so he just dumps a whole pill case of ecstasy into his mouth.
Holy crap!
It's one. If you don't appreciate facial expressions and things like that, like if you're not a spaghetti western fan, you're not going to like this movie. Because I'd say about 90% of the enjoyment from me just came from this actor's the way he's reacting to things. It's very weird, but very cool. It's definitely one of those movies you can just sit and laugh at. And it's got a little bit of horror elements, but admittedly not much. So that's Fried Berry.
Nice, good pick. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I am also going to do a movie tonight. This is a film called Nobody from 2021. Directed by Ilya Naishuller, who also directed Hardcore Henry, which I have not seen yet, but it's been on my list forever. Stars Bob Odenkirk, Connie Nielsen, Christopher Lloyd, and my hero, Michael Ironside. Co-produced by Tobey Maguire, which I found kind of interesting. Nice. It is an ultra-violent, good actioner, cookie cutter, because essentially it's John Wick light, almost to a fault. But it's funny and it's fun, and that's what I liked about it. It was just Bob Odenkirk, who you associate with Mr. Show, kicking ass and really violently dispatching people, but also taking a ton of punishment. Yes. So I really enjoyed that, and it was also a lot of fun to see Christopher Lloyd toting a shotgun and just blowing people to bits. Nice. So it reminded me a little bit of the action of Red, with Bruce Willis and all those guys.
Oh yeah.
But it wasn't played totally for laughs. It just has a little bit of a hint of humor here and there. So I would definitely recommend it. Nobody. I think I saw it on VOD, so we rented it one night and we both liked it. So check that out. Brian, you are finishing us up.
Yeah, I'm going to recommend. I hate recommending stuff that you can only find on a service, but it's so good. That was my dog. Sorry, he's old.
All right, take two.
The creators of, or producers, maybe creators. I'm not sure. Matt would know this, but of Top Gun and Grand Tour.
Top Gear.
Top Gear. What did I say?
Top Gun.
Yeah, Top Gun. Top Gear and the Grand Tour, which is on Amazon Prime. It's called Clarkson's Farm. Jeremy Clarkson buys a farm. I mean, he's owned it, but he actually wants to farm it. This is like his retirement type thing. And I can't remember how many acres, but it's huge farm, multiple fields, streams and bogs and fields full of just flowers. And some of the stuff that he does in this show brings attention to like global warming and stuff like that. It really hits home, but it's funny at the same time, and it's beautiful. The cinematography is gorgeous in this. And it's just, the first season is fully out, and it's just him kind of getting a farm up and running, and then when he finally gets the momentum and the swing of things, COVID hits. And he films through COVID safely. But he films through COVID and what it's like for all the farmers and what it's like for him and in everybody and all the different industries that go along with farming around the world, and how it affects one people making one thing can affect the entire planet. So it's not heavy as I'm describing it there, but it's definitely worth the watch. Very entertaining. Each episode's about 50 minutes long. And you can get that on Amazon Prime. It's called Clarkson's Farm.
Clarkson's Farm. Kelly Clarkson's Farm. I love it.
Yep.
All right.
It's just Kelly.
Nice.
Dancing in the rain.
Exactly. All right. That's got to be it for this episode of the Lovecraft Tapes. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe on whatever podcast platform you prefer. If you like what you hear, please leave us a review. Meanwhile, you can find us at lovecrafttapes.com with links to all our hashtag recommendos and social media channels, including Reddit, MattTube, and our Dis Brian server, where you can chat with us in Real Gabe. You can find me on Twitter at Lovecraft Tapes.
And if anybody wants to let me know what your dream was about, you can hit me up on Twitter at The Real Weird Kid.
If anybody wants me to tell them about how I was going to just go along with the Starbucks plan but change my mind, you can find me at Lovecraft Gabe.
Did I just become part of a team? Let me know at Brian Podcast.
Until next time, roll for making love out of nothing at all.
Out of nothing at all.
All right, guys, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching on Twitch, guys, and appreciate all the tips, and glad to provide some laughs today. So
we did what?
We provided laughs.
Guys, get ready. We're staying up late. We're reshooting this. This is a serious podcast.
All right. That's it, guys.